All right. Should we do the pod?
Suppose we have to.
Heartbreaking. Absolutely heartbreaking.
Not the way I wanted to see it go, I'll tell you that much.
It's just he had the podium within his grasp.
Minimum, he had the win.
At minimum. The win was right there. Like just why
It's hard to watch.
Round one. Player one. Ready. Player two. Ready.
Oh no. That is hilarious.
Giancarlo, you are still 2 seconds a lap slower than Fernando. This cannot be possible.
Are you good?
Yep.
Done with that?
Let's get on with it.
You feeling ready to pod now?
Yeah.
You got the aggression out?
I don't know if I want to talk about the Melbourne Grand Prix, but I guess it's our job now. So
It is. It is our job.
you want to speed run it?
Let's speed run it.
Would you like me to count you in?
Come in.
All right. I'd be happy to help. Ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Dr. Helmut Marko starts the week classing Doohan and Hadjar C and B class drivers. Both outqualified his boy Liam. Brundle in fine form in 2025 trackside as he licks a stamp and posts a ladder, or whatever Daniel Ricciardo used to say. Lewis Hamilton's Ferrari debut looks as weird as everyone suggested. Aston and McLaren are the only two teams to keep their drivers line up year on year. On Aston, what happened to Mike Crack? Ollie Behrman shows the worldwide it's best to stick to the black stuff as he crashes and crashes again before he can verify the repairs, then finds his car too broken to qualify. As mentioned earlier, Lawson shocks no one by actually sucking and building Sergio Stocks back up. Hadjar is the best placed rookie out of qualifying. How do we think he'll do? Oscar had a lightning start at a P2 on the dirty side, however dropped a spot but pressured Big Bad Max into submission as he dropped him and set sights on Lando. Future world champion Oscar Piastri was cock-blocked by McLaren. Hello Mark Webber. McLaren say it was only to clear lap traffic. On-off rain plays havoc as the McLarens run off track and the Aussie curse bites our boy who triumphantly comes back to score 2 points. A true Aussie battler. 14 cars finish, 6 do not. Lando wins, Oscar P9. And that's another Australian Grand Prix rattled off.
You almost did it in a minute. Well done.
Well, you're supposed to cut me off.
Well, the thing will cut you off, don't worry.
Oh, okay, fair
Yep.
game.
Well done.
Fix it in post, Chris.
You had a couple of good little jokes in there, little in-jokes in there. I
Yeah,
appreciated
yeah.
it.
It appeased you.
What did happen to Mike Crack?
I don't know. That's a little news thing that just slipped through Mike's crack, if you will.
Let's find that out.
I was watching practice, and some other dude in Aston Martin come up as a CEO, and I was like, first thing I was like, what happened to Mike Crack?
He was one of my favourites.
He
Mike
was.
Crack.
Yeah.
All right. Good job on the speed run, Timmy.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I might invite you back
After
next
24, you can rank how well I did. Imagine that.
week. Yeah, look forward to that.
Don't do that. It'll just hurt me.
All right. Let's get into the patch notes.
Can you hear me now? But I can hear you, no? You still don't hear me? But you answer still.
So, talking points or F1 related news from the week.
Okay. I hope you done some research because I sure didn't
Don't
do
worry.
any.
As usual, I did most of the work. You know, I
I'm
got
hoping-
I got 5 talking points here to bring up with you,
Yeah, I got 0.
and then you just let me know what you think. Okay. You got 0. You got 0.
I got 0.
A lot
I
of
don't
words
keep
in
up.
there for 0.
I don't keep up with the off the track news. You know,
No.
it's pretty disinteresting.
Well, let's start with the most interesting point. Oscar Piastri. Oscar signs a contract extension with McLaren, reported to be worth 20 million euros, equal to Lando Norris.
Wow.
McLaren showing that there's no pay gap over there.
A lot of equality.
Papaya rules. They've extended over to the contracts now.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Does that mean Oscar is now one of the least efficient drivers on the grid, based on his 2 points being worth 10 million
Jesus,
each?
That's a little early for that, isn't it?
No.
Throw on-
Where we're standing now, I mean, everyone's.
Chris, make sure you edit that out. Don't bring
Keep it
that
in.
bullshit here, all right?
We need these takes. That's what we rely on.
Not on our boy OP, all right?
I just like to go against.
do believe
I
he's-
just like to go against anything you bring.
Yeah,
You had your economy chart,
yeah.
the most banging thing ever. The economy. How
Oh, yeah.
efficient is everyone?
That got our socials a little bit of traction, you know?
I
People
wouldn't know.
appreciated that.
I wouldn't know. I just sign off.
Yeah.
I leave your house.
Yeah.
After we record, and I just sign off.
That must be nice.
Yeah, I just
Wish
let
I
you-
could just sign off after we record this. Yeah.
Oh, then there wouldn't be a podcast, would there?
There wouldn't be.
Have you had
Exactly
enough talking
right.
about yourself? We're not here to talk about
Okay.
you.
All right. Do you have anything else to add on the Oscar Piastri contract, or
No, I'm not surprised. Oscar's
No.
a great driver. He deserves more.
does put him in as one of the higher paid drivers now, rightfully so?
I thought that if Lando was he the third highest paid last season, something like that, he must be.
Yeah, it was third or fourth, so
Must be right around that
they would have to put him in the top 5 category.
in
yeah,
the
for
realm
sure.
of the top. Yeah.
Good on him. Good on Oscar for securing a bag.
Yeah. Oh, I'm super proud of our boy.
Next bit of news: GM or Cadillac, one and the same, is joining the grid in 2026, and they want a Yank to pilot their car. The FIA was initially reluctant to let them join due to concerns around their competitiveness.
Let Sauber continue on.
Yeah, or lack thereof.
Yeah.
But approved their proposal after Michael Andretti agreed to leave the team. When was the last time an American won an F1 race, do you think?
Can't think of that many American F1 drivers, or good ones anyway.
Certainly isn't many.
Scott Speed certainly wasn't winning anything.
What about
Or,
Logan?
See, he's that shit. I forgot about him. Logue.
That was
Logue.
only last year that he got
Nah.
dropped?
Yeah, it was last year. I dropped it.
Man, that feels like way longer ago.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I do not want to talk about last year.
Yeah.
We've done enough of that.
Or Logan.
Or Logan.
Yeah.
But I'd say it had to be one Mario Andretti, if I was to guess. Maybe early 80s.
Check out the big brains on Timmy.
Well, I don't reckon there's been that many,
Gave you a little clue there about, they were like, yeah, we'll let you on if you drop Michael.
Yeah, I don't know if the two
Yeah.
correlate. But
Yeah.
what? So it's Andretti.
Andretti? Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah. So, 1978. Long time between drinks.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, if they do put a Yankee driver in,
But who are they going to put?
good
Who's on the
question.
horizon?
Good question.
Unless they bring back old Logan.
Yeah, I'm sure there's someone from Indy that they're probably hyping up as they do. We always
Well,
that
actually,
gets cycles around every now and then.
McLaren driver. I can't think. Something.
Don't ask me. I ain't watching Indy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, fair. But that's probably. I reckon that'd be the hot tip.
Yeah.
Something. Remember the name.
It's good. I mean, look, I think it's good for the sport to have.
Patio Ward. Patio Ward or something like that. Hey, I had to get it out.
I'm just going to assume
You-
you're right because I'm not going to check that. So,
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
People.
is this a F1 podcast or is this an Indy
I just
podcast?
like being right as much as I can be.
Yeah, well, it's not often, is it?
If I can get a takeout there,
Take
that
your wins.
comes
Take your
through
wins where you
and,
can. Yeah.
Pato Ward or whatever his name is, something like that.
May I continue the news?
I'm
okay.
breaking news
Yeah.
years prior. Okay,
Yeah.
go.
You heard it here first
Go
on
on.
Box Banter.
Yeah.
That guy
Something,
could be the next driver
someone,
for
if
Cadillac.
I got his name right.
Cadillac. Okay, so the next thing I have is Jonathan Wheatley. You know him?
Yeah, Jonathan.
Where
Jonathan.
do you remember him from?
2021, to be honest with you.
Oh yeah.
In constant and potentially too much radio contact with one Michael Massey.
Back in the wild days.
Jonathan, I'm busy. I'm busy, Jonathan. That's etched into my brain.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Apparently he's leaving Red Bull, or not apparently, he has. And he's taking over as team principal at Kick Sauber. Soon to be Audi.
What a great step. Career move.
You think so?
No.
Neither do I. Maybe he got tired of working for the Austrian regime and thought he might have a better life with the Germans. And maybe they wouldn't mind his secret tattoo.
The secret. Yeah, so I heard he's got a tramp stamp.
Oh, is that what it is? Yeah.
yeah. A lot of speculation around, but it's like a butterfly.
Yeah, butterfly. That's what I heard too.
Just right above the
Yeah.
crack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike's crack.
Yeah, exactly right.
Excuse me.
I don't want to say what hour we're doing
Yeah.
this right now, but this only goes off once.
That's how committed we are.
Yeah, this only goes off once a day.
Day or night? Because
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Lando Norris. Next bit of news. What do you reckon I got to say about Lando? It's actually one of my favorite pieces.
I'm surprised you have a bit of Lando content in there,
Well, just because of this.
especially as a number 2. You filthy animal.
Lando Norris calls Drive to Survive fabricated nonsense,
Wow.
proving maybe not everything in Formula One is phony.
As much as Drive to Survive would make you think.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Wow. Did I just gain a bit of respect for Lando Norris? Did I want to say
I think
that
I'm a
out
fan
loud?
now. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, come on board, mate. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I stand in solidarity with
Does
Lando.
So I'd argue your first bit of news there about the
Mhm.
contract.
Yep.
Kind of paints Lando as a bit of a bitch.
Like, maybe that
But,
was what I was going for. Maybe not. Who knows?
Luckily, I didn't say that at the time
Yeah.
because I might have to just take that back.
Take it
'cause
back. Get that out of here.
He might just be a sneaky little legend.
He's a little more switched on than
yeah.
we actually thought.
Yeah.
You know?
Old Lando Norris, not a fan of DTS.
Did you watch Drive to Survive?
See, I actually watched the first episode and then I slept through the second episode.
Well, I bet you slept better than ever too.
Yeah, oh yeah, you betcha. And I haven't revisited, so
Haven't you?
No. I just can't do it. If it's like, I don't know, I'm just not.
It's hard.
I just can't get
if you're a
around
fan
it,
of the
man.
sport before that, it's hard to.
But I remember the first seasons. I don't know, the first one.
They
maybe,
did a better job.
bloody good.
Yeah.
I remember that first season with Ricardo and it last year. Red Bull, good season.
Yeah.
Where it's gone now is just a joke, man. Like, we all know the dramatization, and how can you be a true Formula One fan and be okay with what they're doing with?
I can
that?
see this is upsetting you. I'm getting you riled
Oh.
up. Well, it's all right.
Move on then, all right? Because
It's all right, Timmy.
I don't want to talk about Drive to Survive.
All
To
right,
say the
let's,
truth.
yeah. All right, let's move on from that one.
We're here to combat Drive to Survive. We're here to.
We're doing a service to the Formula One community.
If you want to know
You're
what,
welcome.
if you want to know what some real life Formula One, what it's really about,
This is where you come.
Yeah.
The Box Banner podcast.
we couldn't be further away from DTS.
There's no bullshit here. There's
Yeah.
no fakeness here.
Every
Yeah.
take is 100% filled with statistics
Yep.
and accuracy.
Yep.
100% of the time.
I like it. I like where your head's up.
Yep.
Final patch note I have. Lewis Hamilton remakes the famous joyride scene from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. One of my personal favorites.
Mhm.
Definitely top 10 for me. Love that movie.
Yeah. So, and you were shocked. Despite everything you know about me, you were shocked I hadn't seen that yet. You had to show me that video.
You'd seen the movie, but you
I've seen
hadn't
the movie,
seen
of course.
the.
Yeah, the movie's
yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah, good. Just checking.
But
Yep.
I hadn't seen that remake.
Yep.
It's actually pretty good. I'd actually like to see some behind the scenes. It's actually
Yep.
pretty good. He's done a good job there.
That's what, he should release it behind the scenes. Yeah.
Mm.
What do you think of his acting? I mean, that character he's portraying.
Is he like French or something in the movie?
I don't know.
As well?
Obviously, like,
He's something.
you know, he has a whole, what country do you think this is?
Yeah.
Anyway,
That was pretty bang on.
do you like that?
Is that your
Yeah.
is that your favorite quote in the movie?
Quote? Yeah, actually, you know what? That's up there. That is
Yeah.
up there as one of the best
That's
best
pretty-
one-liners in the movie for sure.
It's pretty good retelling.
Favorite scene though would be the Cameron having a little tantrum in the car, and then, you know, he's like struggling to leave the house to go join Ferris on their day off.
Yeah.
And then he's in the background, you know, kicking up some dirt.
Yeah. Great. Yeah.
Anyway, so he remakes the famous joyride scene
Yeah.
from the movie, showing he's enjoying being a Ferrari driver more than driving a Ferrari.
Yeah, seems to be coming with a lot of perks for one Sir Lewis Hamilton.
He's having some fun, isn't he?
Yeah, you don't see Charles Leclerc or Sainz. You didn't see them out there having too much extracurricular activities. They were pretty.
I'm starting to wonder, did he join Ferrari just to do that bit
Yeah.
and just to take that photo?
Yeah.
Like, what else has he got in his little bag of tricks?
Well, so far, the driving's not coming too much.
Well, we'll run
One race.
one race in.
You're
but
only as good as your last race, and it wasn't that good. So
yeah, yeah, on a field that was pretty depleted. So yeah.
opportunities were there.
Anyway, that's all my patch notes. Did you have anything you
I
wanted
did not
to
bring a
contribute? at
single
all? Yeah, no,
patch
sounds about right.
Except for what happened to my crap.
We need to get on it. Can you investigate that?
I'll look into.
Look into it. Bring
I'll
it
look
to the
into
next
it.
pod.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll,
thank you.
you might have to remind me, like, 5 minutes before we start recording.
I'm not
So
writing mine. I'm not going to. I already do too much
I
here.
betcha I won't
Write
do
it down.
All right.
I'm waiting.
I've already got my crack written all over this thing because I love my
My crack is everywhere.
You ready? Mike crack? Question mark?
My crack is on the paper.
Yep.
On this. Good.
Yep.
All right. Thank
my
you.
crack's everywhere.
You want to move
We'll
on?
figure it out.
Yeah.
Move on.
Come. Get back to me. All right. Can you say my crack one more time?
Mike crack.
Okay. Let's move on now.
He might come up later. We'll see.
He might. Yeah. Maybe.
I doubt it.
Let's move into the walkthrough. Okay.
I pressed it. The pit confirm button is the OK button, Brad.
Okay. So the walkthrough. Talking points from the round.
Yep.
Melbourne GP. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Well, I think the outlier, the standout thing from the race, way too many safety car laps. I would love to have seen less yellow and more green.
Maybe some red.
Some red would have fixed the yellow for
Yep.
sure. There would have been about, I think on average, there's 3 safety cars. I think it was about 5 laps per safety car. That is,
Yeah. So yeah, like you're talking 15
that's
laps.
more than
behind
25% of the
safety.
race.
Yeah.
You know,
Which is unusual for the Formula One because they're usually red flag horny. Usually, like they're like any excuse to red flag the race. You know.
normally I hate red flags.
Someone's lost a little like L plate, red flag. And you're like, really? Really?
Yeah.
You had to okay, all right, safety, blah blah
Yeah.
blah. Yep.
Yeah,
This
like-
race, they were like, hold it,
Yeah, we will not.
hold it.
Yeah, I didn't even tease it.
No.
Not even a little bit of a tease.
No.
You know? I mean, just for the fact we could have got more green racing. None of the crashes necessarily were deemed worthy of a red. You know, no barrier
No one
damage.
really like shunted it
Nah.
massively.
Very poor performance on the crashing front.
Yeah, they could have crashed better.
Alonso had the best effort, and he just didn't try hard enough. I've seen worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, if they just pulled the red out, I mean, the problem with the red, they need to change the red flag. The problem with the red is they can change tires free of free charge. If you want.
Which yeah.
But in
we
this
did avoid
race,
that.
Inter for Inter, it wouldn't have been a drama for
No.
most. The second one, they might have had an opportunity to switch to dryers, but they need to change that rule and just call the reds. Call the red. They have a 4-hour window to get the race done.
Yep.
2 hours of 2 hours of racing.
Yeah, so they had
non-red
plenty
racing
of time up their
in a
sleeve.
4-hour window is what they can do. They had till 7 o'clock local time. They should just call the red. Just keep bringing the red out, knowing they knew straight away. They would have known. Oh, it's going to take a while for us to recover cars because there's not as many gaps in the fence. They don't have as many tractors around the joint where they can just pick her up and over the fence.
Yeah, I mean,
They
like,
had to get a
was there
truck.
one like entrance onto the racetrack? Like it took them forever to
mean,
get to the cars.
Even the Hadjar
Yeah.
and Lawson both crashed at a Marshall entry point.
Yeah.
They
And
still weren't
took
able to
them
just quickly
there.
grab a tractor and bring it in. It was a flatbed every time.
Yeah, they got to do better there.
And they don't bring a flatbed out until the cars are under control of the safety car. So that's a lap because they got to engage their limiters and go super slow, and everyone's pitting. And then the next lap they catch to the leader, to the safety car. Once the field's congested, then they'll bring the machinery on track. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah,
Just,
once it's
that's 2 laps down. They haven't even started the recovery.
yeah,
So
yeah. It was it was a
bit of an anomaly. Like I feel like Formula One are really good generally at picking up the scraps, whereas that one, you knew straight away. Oh, I didn't
Is that
want
going to
crashing.
set the tone for the season though? Are they?
No,
are they sort
I
of
think
like
it's a little bit track
let's just
specific. But
ease up on the red flags a little
Yeah.
bit? But
I mean, I think we spoke earlier off camera. What'd you say? Monaco is going to be 2 pit stops this year.
Yep.
Mandatory.
Yep.
Because of last
Because
year's
of
red
the-
flag nonsense. So it's like they're aware how it just absolutely ruined the crown jewel of the calendar.
which was already struggling.
Yeah. So
Like just when you
I
thought
mean-
that race couldn't get any worse, they found a
they
way.
took out the pit stop
Yeah.
on a track you
Yeah.
can't pass. They took the straight out. Like,
Yeah.
They just need to change the red flag rules, in my opinion. Just
Yeah.
go, unless it's a safety and you can prove it, a safety issue, a puncture,
Mhm.
something like that, you cannot change tires.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do.
Yeah.
That's all they need to do.
Simple fixes. And
Like, yes, it might give someone, if someone's got a puncture, potentially gives them a bit of a performance advantage, but how rare is that going to be?
Yeah.
Take the risk.
Yeah.
Instead of ruining the races with red flags, and in this case, just extended yellow periods that are just taking life out of the Grand Prix.
Where it does, it sucks the air, sucks all the
I mean, that last one, and we'll get into it, but if that last one wasn't 5 laps, Oscar gets 5 extra laps to try and make them spots up.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
yeah,
true.
he needed the
Yep.
safety car to get back on the lead lap and to catch
That's a
the
good
field.
point.
But if they read it, or it's just 2-lapper
Yep.
under safety car, he gets so much more laps. And that's what we want. We want racing. We want passing. We don't want to watch cars drive around behind an Aston Martin.
No.
Road
take.
car.
I'm proud of you. Might invite you back next week.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I have probably something that there's been a little bit of chit chat around before, but I'm starting to think. I'm starting to buy into it. Is there a curse emerging for Aussies at their home Grand Prix?
There's too much evidence to say no.
Like I think I refused to believe it. I think it was just like, it's just bad luck. But now it's like, okay, how much bad luck is a curse?
Yeah. And we all started with Webber standing up on that podium when he shouldn't have been. He was 4th placed. And
Yeah.
let's do something for the crowd. You're on debut here in Australia. You come
Yep.
4th. Great, stellar drive. Get up on the podium. The crowd will love it.
Yeah.
Now, what one top? Well,
Punished
Ricardo
from that
did stand on
moment
the
on.
podium, but guess what? He was disqualified.
Yeah.
And then we haven't had a genuine shot at a win or a podium since 2018, since Ricardo was with Red Bull.
Wow. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's always the first race of the season, so it's always a bit
It's a tough.
almost anyone's
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
Almost anyone's game. And Australia's a tough old track too.
That's a good point. I mean, like every other driver other than Piastri and Doohan, they have the advantage of getting used to the car
Yeah.
and getting a little bit of momentum,
Hmm.
so that when they hit their home Grand Prix, whether it's a Monza or a Canada or a Silverstone, they've got a bit of momentum, right?
Exactly. Like
But-
Hamilton's bang on in the middle of the year. Always had a good car underneath him. He's circled that race.
Oh
you know.
yeah.
Whereas round one, like you're just
It's just
thrust into it.
it hurts because it was in his grasp. It was
It-
there. He had a podium guaranteed.
I wish we checked the odds before because I really felt very confident, even when he lost the pole,
Yeah.
which such a tight margin. Like it's just of course that happened.
My heart it hurts.
Yeah, it
I think we are cursed. I'm buying into it now.
for him to not even get on the podium,
Like
the podium was destined.
Mm.
The win was like probable. In
I
my
said to
opinion.
you, minimum here, we're on for a podium, but he's looking good for a win too.
What really bugs me is that he made the exact same mistake as Lando, and Lando gets away with it to the point where he wins the bloody thing.
Not only did he get away with it from it, the spin was probably the reason why he darted into the pits to strap on those
100%.
inters.
Yeah.
Gets back out, and then
Yeah.
McLaren post race going, perfect race.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You
Went
ask him.
perfectly to plan.
We executed that to perfection.
Yeah. We meant to
wanted
spin there.
we wanted both cars off in the gravel.
Just checking the traction on the grass there. Yep, definitely wet and slippery.
Yeah.
Let's dive into the pits. Let's get. He couldn't get those goddamn tires off fast enough.
Just in case we end up in the gravel again.
Yeah.
We should put the headers on.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Makes me sick.
In a more
think about
positive light,
Yeah.
how bloody ripping is it to have Australia back as round
it.
one?
Oh, it's good, isn't it? Besides the
How-
yawn fest that is Bahrain.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. COVID and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least it's on the grid. On the calendar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Round one. Like round one. If you want to be an F1 track
Mm-hmm.
on the calendar,
Mhm,
round
mhm,
one
mhm.
is that not where you want to be?
Well, yeah. I mean, round 1 or round 24, the final.
Well,
right?
round 24, even more than half the time, it's not even a title decider. It's just another race. I mean, yeah, it's the end of the race season, but
Yeah.
it's pretty often not a title decider these days. You know?
Yeah.
Um,
Good point.
last year, not a title decider. Year before, not a title. Year before, not, you know what I mean.
Good
At
point.
least round one, you got
You have all the
3
anticipation,
months of
all the unknown.
yeah, and it's a really nice looking track to the eyeballs as well.
It
It's
is,
a good
especially
start.
this year. I don't know what they're doing, but this year I really felt like it was
Mm.
just
And you got the lake,
a pleasure on the
the
eyeballs.
grass is beaut.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It looks great.
and a 3 p.m. start time for us.
It's kind, isn't it?
We are in for a
You know
rough
what, actually,
run after this.
You know what kind of pissed me off a little bit? At some point, they were like thanking the
Yeah.
British viewers. They're like,
For
oh,
staying
you
up
know,
late."
good job if you've stayed up late.
That's us.
Bro,
98%
You gotta
of
watch
the season.
one race at stupid o'clock.
yeah.
Try 20,
Yeah.
right?
Exactly
That's
right.
real commitment right there.
Mm.
No one has it harder than the Aussies. And we still turn up, don't we?
Why will we this year? been quite a few seasons since I've been, super duper committed. I'll watch as many races I can generally, but when it comes to Canada,
Yeah.
and it's 3 a.m., that's just the worst time. Do I stay up for it or do I wake up for it? 3 a.m. is terrible.
You know what? Now that Oscar's in on the grid and he's in a good car and he's looking the goods, it's just like,
Well, this is the first year. You have to
there goes
admit.
my sleep cycle for the year.
Yeah. Like it's his third season, but I feel like he's a genuine shot every single race now.
Well, yeah.
Like last year, like I said, this is the first year in 5, 6, 7 years since I felt confident going into Australia. He showed he could have won it. There's no reason it's exciting.
Well,
It's been a long time since I felt like every single race he is in. Like I know at the end of last year you could say, but not really, because the way the Pi rules kicked in.
Yeah.
But this year, like he's come out hot.
well, as you admitted last episode, you slept through the Azerbaijan Grand Prix.
And what did
didn't
he
even-
do? He went and won
Went
the
and
damn
won,
thing.
and you weren't there.
No.
Okay.
Stop remembering the bad things.
Oh, I just like to keep you honest. So the Williams mechanics actually thought they might get away with a weekend off from rebuilding the car.
Not to be.
Turns out, nope. Back on the tools, boys.
Yeah.
That
Yeah. They cut to the bunker and they're all
Yeah,
just devastated.
they're on their knees. They're crying.
the normal
they're-
stuff you get. But I
Yeah.
think when Oscar goes and buries himself when the mechanics are upset. They're upset for the team. They're upset that they've lost this opportunity for a result.
Yeah.
Really heartbroken for Oscar.
Yeah.
Williams they're just all about themselves. They're just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Are we doing this again?
Yeah, no one had worked harder than
Yeah.
those boys.
They weren't like, oh, Carlos, no. The
I wouldn't-
car, the result. They're just like,
yeah,
oh, fuck me, man. We're doing this again, aren't we?
like God, not even one race in.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Yeah,
It couldn't be the other car, just to make me look better for my take pre-season.
Do me a favor, keep an eye on LinkedIn. We might see Williams posting up for a whole range of mechanics because I'm pretty sure they're just going to throw in the towel and be like, you know what? This is not what I thought it would be. This isn't as fun as I thought it would be.
Is that a cheeky plug? Is there something you need to tell me?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, good point on the Williams team. It's devastating and all that.
Yeah. You got anything else?
I got one more.
Yep.
So, what is with this new classes of rain business that Formula One have pulled out for us out of nowhere?
Yeah.
Like, gone are the days, we got some moderate rain, we got some light rain, yeah, a bit of heavy rain, all the rest. We got 0.5 class of rain. We got class 1 of rain.
It's a bit of a joke, isn't it?
Up to class 3, I believe. 3 is the biggest one I heard them rip out.
Yeah.
There's like a...
What's
It's
class
between
3?
2
Is that
and
Cyclone
3.
Alfred?
Oh, mate, it could be. It could be. It could be worse than that. There was like a moment where it was like a between a 2 and a 3,
Yeah.
and then they went right down to like a 0.5,
Yeah.
and then they think they can one lap. This rain will be 1 minute and 15 seconds
Oh,
of
well,
rain. Like
we thought it was just maybe a McLaren thing, and then we heard the Ferrari guys using it, and then the commentators,
comms team brought it up. Like,
yeah, they got onto it. So,
they sent a memo out that was Formula One exclusive.
well, what happened to, Charles, rain's expected in 2 laps,
Yeah.
light drizzle, nothing you can't handle, just keep an eye on the back straight, whatever.
Yeah.
Easy. Everyone's on the same page. We understand what's going on. Cool. Yep. No, instead, Ferrari have to get on the radio and they have to be all like, class 3 rain expected in 2 laps
Yeah.
for approximately 3 laps. And
Yeah.
you're just like, what the fuck am I watching?
And if you get that shit wrong, you know Lulu, he's
Too many numbers.
going to get his back up about it if
Ooh,
you
yeah.
dare get it wrong.
Yeah, he's got a short fuse, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You got the rain wrong. You told me it would rain for 1 lap. Why is it still raining?
Definitely wasn't his fault, that's for sure.
No, I reckon you and me both couldn't decipher a Formula One document nowadays.
No, I was more confused than ever watching this.
No.
I'm like, why are we talking about classes when we can clearly see it's raining?
They give you a piece of paper.
Mm.
It'd be nonsense. You'd be like, what are these words? What's an under rotation?
Maybe,
Is an under rotation not a lockup? Like, why can't we just...
yeah, I mean, the car's braking. The tyre's stopped.
The tyres stop.
The tire's locked.
Yeah.
There's smoke coming from it. Lock up.
But no, it's an under... It's okay. It's just under rotating.
Maybe like a team on the paddock somewhere doesn't have weather. Like they can't watch. They don't have a weather radar. So maybe
Keeping the weather a
"Oh,
secret."
The boys down at Hart, they don't know what the weather is, you know.
That's why they ran last and second last.
Yeah.
Wow. You figured it
I'm
out.
onto something. Yeah.
Mm.
All right. Got anything else? That's it.
That is it.
All right. Let's move on into the ranked segment, shall we?
Fantastic drive, not bad for a number 2 driver. Cheers.
Let's do it. I like it.
Okay.
I like it.
So we've split the grid down the middle. I've got all the number 1 drivers according to Formula1.com.
Mhm.
You've got all the number 2 drivers. So have fun with that.
Some say the absolute best.
I don't think you got your work cut out for you.
No, not in
this
this case.
one.
Not in this case. They're not the best.
Yep. So let's start with the shittest rank, and we'll work our way up to the
The
best.
worst of the worst. The lowest of the low.
So first rank, rookie. I've got Isaac Hadjar.
Okay.
Qualified in 11th.
Yes.
I'll
you
give him
did.
that.
You did.
Best of the rookies. But qualifying doesn't score you points, does it?
No.
So
Hot take.
very hot take.
Really
yeah, I know.
bringing out the
rookie
goodies
got the rookie.
today.
Yep. Earns his rookie title with a rookie mistake.
Well,
Bad luck.
you mustn't be much of a fan of his because that is very low ranking for a racing ball that out-qualified.
To be honest, I don't really know anything about him till now, and I didn't even know he was French until
French
I
as
saw.
fuck.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Until I saw his interview, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah,
He's
that's,
French.
Yeah,
I think we mentioned we mentioned it in one of our previous episodes, and you were like, "He's French." And I was like, "I don't know about that."
yeah, and
but
that
no,
was
no.
just because I heard that from someone.
Mm.
So I'm like, you know,
He doesn't really look
trust that person.
French. He doesn't. His name doesn't scream French. It's not a Pierre
No,
or
no,
an Esteban.
yeah.
You know. So Isaac.
Got a
But no.
little bit of spice on there.
Can't confirm he's French. So, for anyone wondering,
Yeah.
French.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Who you got?
My rookie is a 22-year veteran of the sport, Fernando Alonso.
Hmm?
Give
That's
him
your
the
boy. That's your boy.
He is. He's an all-time great. He's a top 10 driver of all time. But he's also a rookie in this race because there's 6 actual rookies.
Mhm.
Didn't fare much better, mind you, but I got to give them a little bit of grace.
Do you?
Yes,
Wow,
it's my job
how
as
gracious of you.
a
You're such
professional
a kind person.
podcaster in the realm of Formula 1. Anyway, he lasted 34 laps and he binned it. His own mistake completely. He dipped a tyre in the gravel, which is not what you want to
Wouldn't recommend
do.
that. Yeah.
Oscar, of course, a legend.
Wouldn't recommend that. You'd think he
He
didn't
got
know
it-
how
Oscar-
wide his car
Oscar
was.
did it. Oscar didn't get away with it. That's why you've got him as legend, I know. But Fernando
Just worry about your own drivers, all right?
Fernando put it in the gravel and then he subsequently put it into the wall and drove it all the way down the back straight backwards. So he is my rookie.
You know what's funny about that? I know you don't watch a lot of like F1 social.
Nah, keep it on the track.
Yeah. Smart.
Mm.
There's a lot of garbage.
That's where all the
out
good
there.
stuff
There
is. The
a lot
non-fake
of
drama
garbage.
bullshit.
I filter through that garbage for the sake of this podcast.
All right.
One of One of the things I came across was someone interviewing the 6 rookies.
I actually did see a bit of this.
Oh, you
think
did?
I know what
Did
you're
you?
I do have a Facebook
what do you have?
account, right?
Oh,
Some
you
stuff
do?
does come
Okay,
across
yeah.
my feed. I
Yeah.
just tend to not.
And you're following Formula 1
Of course
content.
I'm following Formula 1 content.
Yeah,
I have I have a Facebook page. What am I supposed to do?
All right.
I don't seek it
Page,
out.
you boomer.
But I know what you're going to say. Kimmy,
Mhm.
Andrea Antonelli,
Yeah.
thinks he's hilarious and said Fernando Alonso is going to be his rookie rival or some bullshit. Something stupid.
Maybe the kid's smarter than we thought. Huh? Maybe he knew. Fernando, he's going to struggle out there. He's going to look like a rookie.
He made him look like a rookie in
did.
comparison. And I've got him as rookie.
Oh.
How's that?
I don't know how I feel about that.
I
mean,
think
you are one of the biggest Alonso fans out there.
Not like Fernando?
If
Just
he doesn't
some
have
respect.
you,
Would
he's
you
not
put-
going to have many left.
Do you put respect on LeBron's name for the longevity of his career?
Oh, I have to now. He's forcing me to.
Fernando, maybe he's not getting the rungs up, but he's got the longevity there.
Yeah.
First driver in the 400 club, all the
Yeah.
rest of it. You know the deal.
All right. I'm moving on from that.
I think Antonelli is just a bit of a bitch, and he was just too scared to call out one of his fellow rookies sitting at the table there with him. And he's like, "Oh no!" And the only name he could remember was Fernando.
Fernando won't do anything about it.
Yeah. And he's the only one he could remember because
He drives like a rookie. Next thing you know, puts it in the wall
Yep.
like a rookie.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Bronze. So for bronze, I've got Esteban Ocon. Was he even in Melbourne? Was he even there?
I don't know. Was he? You could fool me.
No,
Tell me he
was.
wasn't. I'll
Apparently he
believe it.
was. Apparently he finished ahead of Behrman, which bravo.
Wow.
who, don't forget, had about 5 minutes of track time before the race.
13 laps, so
Yeah.
it's about 13 minutes.
Okay,
I
yeah.
get you.
Yeah.
Get your point.
Well, yeah, a little bit of exaggeration, but
I got no gripe with you putting him in bronze. Sounds about right.
that's all he can manage, like 6 DNFs, and he only beats one driver, a rookie who just couldn't stop binning it over the weekend.
It was pretty funny. They had 2 cars at a chance. There's 4 non-points finishing spots remaining, and by golly, they got 50% of them.
Yeah, they made sure to
You
to
think
occupy
their
2 of those.
chances are pretty high having 2 cars remaining.
Really, they were doing the grid a great service. They're like, don't worry about these spots, guys. We've got these.
We got the DNFers and Haas, which means there's only 2 spots up for grabs in the non-point.
You fight for those. Who you got in bronze?
One Liam Lawson of Red Bull, the heir to the throne.
Another one of your favourites.
Yeah. So he was out-qualified by everyone besides the Haas drivers.
Yep.
Including Isaac Hadjar.
Which even that alone is impressive. In a Red Bull.
Including Yuki Tsunoda. And of course Max Verstappen. He was overlapped during the race just on pace. Like, didn't have anything weird happen to this point. He just got overlapped because he's fucking slow.
Yeah.
Max was third, mind you, so the car was all right. Last after the first safety car, dead last, and then he crashed. He should have been dead last, but
not a good outing for him, was it?
No, terrible. But he's something of a rookie. They call him a rookie. He's had 2 years in Formula One, 5 races in each. Like,
yeah, an 11 season, half a season, 11 race, half a season rookie.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. But yeah, the fact that he's a rookie, I had to give him just the slight. This is the one only time, by the way. I'll give him a bit of a let off, and
look at you. You're so kind.
It won't happen again.
Yeah,
keep that in mind.
Yeah, he had a rough one, didn't he? If he wants to keep that Red Bull seat, he's going to have to do better than that. Yeah, because that ain't going to cut it. I mean, Dr. Helmut Marko and Christian Horner right now going, you put him in the car. No, you put him in the car. I just put him in the car. You put him in the car.
Who's the third Spider-Man? That's my question.
Yeah.
Probably his dad.
Jonathan, that's why he's at Sauber now. Punishment. This is your idea. That's a Sauber move. Just get out of here. Okay.
Sauber move.
Let's start that Sauber move. Okay. Silver rank. I have Pierre Gasly.
I love the Ricardo love.
I miss him.
Yeah. As much as we can spread his seed.
Okay, you can do that. Yeah. All right. So
what have you got, Pierre, in the illustrious silver category?
He was looking good for a handful of points before he remembered. Oh wait, hang on. My name's Gasly, and I'm in Alpine.
In a what?
In an Alpine. Sorry. An Alpine, formerly Renault, formerly Alpine.
Yeah. No. Renault, formerly Alpine, formerly Renault.
Formerly.
Because they're running Renault.
Yeah. Anyway. And briskly let the Ferraris on by, and then graciously let our boy OP.
No, he didn't let Oscar by. That's the problem. For some reason, he decided to fight that boy, and he single-handedly cost Oscar 8th place.
Yeah.
If he let him through, not let him through, but if he didn't fight for that last points paying position, he probably gets with the pace he had. He probably gets Charles.
Well, after all that, he misses out on points, and in a race where Alpine probably really needed him, Renault really needed him to get some points because after Jack Doohan binned it, they're probably looking to him to steady the ship a bit and just let's get on the board, let's start the season strong, and he made a meal of it.
I'd really appreciate it if you didn't talk about Jack Doohan. He's my driver.
Oh, okay, so, yeah. Good luck with that.
I've got him as silver as well.
Oh, yeah, checks out.
So he had a solid weekend up until the race, of course. Didn't really bin it. Got made into Q2. Lasted longer than Isaac Hadjar. Crashes, of course, on lap 1, as Carlos Sainz did.
It's not good for your career.
Why are you talking about his career for? This is a race-by-race basis thing, Joe.
Well, we know he's on the hot seat.
Anyway, it looked like he was a bit tense in that car.
Not comfortable?
No, we kept hearing...
You think he doesn't like the rain?
Probably not. Probably not for his first proper outing. He probably would have liked it to be dry. We kept hearing Brundle mentioned that the drivers weren't expecting these crashes. They were just like coming out of the blue, like shocker.
Yep.
It almost seemed like young Jack was expecting to crash.
Yep.
With when you watch it and how tense he was and how quickly and he just overcorrects it. It was almost like he was. You'd be anticipating wheel spin naturally, but it's almost like he was like expecting it and almost like reacted too early because he wasn't. It almost seems like Martin Brundle. He's wrong. He's wrong with his grand take of not expecting to crash. I almost feel like he.
Do you think he needs to just loosen up behind the wheel a little bit? You know?
Yeah. Loose is fast.
Yeah. Okay. Gold rank. I have a 1 Charles Leclerc.
Pretty low, but probably
pretty low. I can't really blame the guy entirely. Like Ferrari did Ferrari things, and they ballsed up the strategy as they do.
Yeah, they're bringing the clam mask back out. It's been a while. They've been pretty solid lately. Last season, I think.
I guess so.
Not a good start. I mean, they bollocksed up quali. They got the runs wrong, and then they didn't get a final run on with the right tyres. And then they bollocks up the strat in the race.
Yeah, and then everyone was saying like, oh, maybe they're running more downforce, so naturally they're going to be slower today. But tomorrow, look out, they're going to carve up the field.
Yeah,
bruh. Like Hamilton couldn't pass Gasly for the whole race.
Or Albon.
Or
Albono.
Anyway, can't really blame Leclerc entirely, but still finished behind a rookie. So that's not a good look. That wouldn't feel great.
No, I guess not.
Who you got?
Where are we? Gold. Sorry.
Pay attention.
Carlos Sainz.
Ouch.
Yeah. So, quality P10.
He wasn't such a smooth operator today.
No. He had, by his own admission, a torque surge.
What is that exactly?
I think it might be when you get a bit too zealous on the throttle and you spin the rear wheels up and lose traction and it's like wet, so it's a bit slippery. And then it's rear engine, so you get a bit of a pendulum effect. And some might just call it lack of skill. But torque surge.
Yeah, wasn't feathering the throttle.
No.
Well enough. Just.
But if you ask James Vowles, of course, the team leader, Carlos Sainz is the reason Alex Albon got 5th.
Right.
Because they saw that torque surge and they told Albon, hey, that last corner, just don't do that. Don't do what Carlos did.
Maybe don't put your foot to the floor.
Yeah, just take it easy. Thank you, Carlos, for that magnificent intel that it's slippery out on the track.
So he gave Carlos credit for Albon's success.
He did. Yeah.
That must feel good for Alex.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably sitting there going, "The fuck?"
You mean the guy who crashed on lap 1? The guy on lap 1 who crashed under yellows, mind you.
Yeah.
They'd already called the safety car.
Yeah.
He's getting the credit for my endeavors out there. He actually had to do 57 laps.
That's wild. All right.
Unbelievable.
Okay, so platinum rank then.
Yep.
Lance Stroll.
Well, I hope he enjoys being this high because it won't happen again.
Yeah,
I hope. God, if we're in for a season of Lance Stroll in the top 50% of your drivers, we are in trouble.
Well, that's how you know that the race was cooked, right? Because Lance Stroll finished 6th. So you're like, if you didn't watch the race and you saw that, you'd immediately be like, okay, what the fuck happened? What happened?
Absolutely.
All right, so the real question, though, is did he get a fastest lap?
No, he didn't.
No.
I believe Lando took those honours.
The streak continues. So
maybe that's something we monitor on a race-to-race basis.
Let's do it.
Next time, since you've given me a mic crack challenge, get the number of how many races now Lance is on.
I mean, assuming his dad stays as owner of the team and running it and stuff, man, we're gonna have to be potting for a long time, I reckon.
Yeah, just every race that's now 200 and whatever Grand Prix without a fastest lap.
Credit to him, he still finished. He didn't put it in the wall. He did decide to participate in this one. Let's not forget. You know,
he doesn't like the wet ones.
No. And he got the P6 for his trouble. So
just imagine if you joined in on the chaos of Brazil last year.
He could have won.
He could have got fastest.
Yeah.
Could have ticked. He'll be the first in the 300 club. Big moment.
Yeah,
I reckon. Maybe 200. I don't know how long he's got. I reckon he's over 200 though.
It's been a while.
But we'll see.
Yeah. Who you got?
All right, platinum. I have Lewis Hamilton. Sir Lewis Hamilton, sorry, my apologies. Don't want to undersell him there.
Yep.
Today, or this race, we saw the return of Princess Lulu.
Oh, yeah. It didn't take long for him to come back, did it?
Terrible behaviour. Constantly. And it was weird because we saw Leclerc do it first. Like, that was the first radio prompt we saw where he literally said, leave me to it.
Yeah.
He said, leave me to it.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
bit of
that's right.
snapback. All right, cool.
Mhm.
And then, yeah, it was like 5 minutes later, it was like Lewis. And he said the same thing, leave me to it, which was so strange. Why would they say? But it was every radio prompt they put up.
Yeah.
It's like, leave me to it. Like, he asks, where am I slow? Like, where can I? And they tell him, and he goes, no, leave me to it. I got it. Just leave me to it. I said, leave me to it. Like, unbelievable.
Diva behavior, right?
Oh, I actually felt pretty uncomfortable, to be honest. Like,
I was like, the Drive to Survive need to take notes. This is real drama here.
I felt uncomfortable for the engineer. I was like, this guy's not back next week. He's just
on
had
stress
signs for
leave.
4 years.
What
Yeah.
What do I do? Do I give
Yeah.
him the information? Do I withhold the
Yeah.
information? I don't
He's
know
had
what to do.
signs, singing Smooth Operator and Sweet Nothings into his headset,
Yeah.
having a grand old time. And then he gets this,
Yeah.
he gets this princess
Right,
on
and
board.
plus, he gets blamed for the weather too. So let's not
Yeah,
forget that.
he-
Ruined my whole race
Yeah.
because you couldn't
Yeah.
read the weather.
Yep. You told me 1 lap.
Yeah.
You told me 1 minute and 30 seconds of rain.
Yeah.
It's rained for 2 minutes. Honestly, this guy. Real quick, he, as you mentioned, he struggled to get past some drivers.
Yep.
All of them, any of them that were in front of him. Best pass of the entire Grand Prix was on Yuki Tsunoda while he was out on the grass, not actually on the black stuff. Lewis
Mhm.
managed to get past him.
Yep.
He got passed by his
Little hospital
teammate
pass.
on the first lap after the safety car.
Yeah.
Not good.
Yeah.
And of course, he was made a cuck by our boy, future world champion Oscar Piastri on the last lap. Made him watch him go around the outside. Sorry, but
get
that
his name
is
out of
a
your mouth.
fact that happened.
Yeah.
He also swore.
Yeah.
I hate to be on swear patrol.
Are they going to find F1's golden boy?
Well, they beeped it, so maybe they're like,
Mm.
we got onto it quick enough. We controlled the situation.
Mhm.
It's okay.
That's the kind of bullshit that would.
Yeah.
I mean, how dare him? I know it's allowed to
Swear?
swear.
You wouldn't have thought so.
Like that's low behavior.
Mm.
Like come on,
You think
come
when,
on, Lewis, you're better than
when,
that. We're
when-
not better than that.
You think when Elizabeth, gave him the nod,
Yeah.
it's like just super quick.
Yeah.
Before you.
Yeah.
No swearing, all right? You can say
Can
like
you
the
handle
shit
that?
word maybe,
Yeah.
but like that's our limit.
Yeah.
That's our limit here.
We're not above that, but we're not knighted. We're not
No.
saints here. All right.
If the king puts his hand on me and says, you are now, so
Yeah.
maybe we cut it out. But it's,
I don't know if we can. I don't know if we can. Speak for yourself again.
yeah, no. Real quick,
Yep.
Lewis Hamilton.
We're still
Top
on Lewis.
5 worst team debuts.
Steering wheel. Gloves and steering wheel. Yeah. Give steering wheel. Hey, steering wheel. Someone tell him to give it to me. Come on, move.
All right, hit me.
Coincidentally, while I'm on the Lewis Hamilton topic.
Yeah. Well, if
Okay,
you're gonna
so
take the top 5, make it a good one.
top 5 worst team debuts. All right.
Mhm.
Number 5, Paul George with the 76ers this year. His first game,
Or podcast P.
25% field goal percentage, 7 turnovers. They lost.
7 turnovers.
25% from the field, 7 turnovers.
Ooh, that hurts.
Podcast P. Bloody awful. Number 4, Daniel Ricciardo with Renault 2019, the Australian Grand Prix, of course.
Okay, now this is where I'm drawing a line.
Lost his front wing off the line.
Doesn't even make turn 1, does it?
I think of that. No, he doesn't. Without a wing, anyway.
Yeah.
I think of that race. I thought of that race like while watching
Mhm.
this race
Yeah.
this year, and they've changed that now. So that was grass. What happened was it was grass, and then it was like a cut in the grass, like
Mhm.
it was like a concrete, whatever,
Like a, yeah.
and then it was grass again.
like a
So
divot.
like he's gone into that,
Yeah.
and he's hit the grass, the second bit of the grass, and lost it. That's all gone now. So I don't
wait,
know if they
hang-
learnt from him.
So you're blaming the track
Designer,
maintenance?
maybe. Yeah.
Okay. What was he doing out on the grass in the first place?
Got a good start. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah. Okay.
Make
Yeah,
more track.
Fair enough.
Make more track. Number 3, Luka Doncic with the Lakers, 14 points. They did get the win, and you might be saying, "Hey, that's not so bad." That's 50% of his. That's half of his season average. He's averaging 28. So
Yeah. He was a little bit gun shy.
not good. I'll admit, not the worst.
It's a good watch. Though.
That's why he's third.
It's a good watch.
Number 2, Gordon Hayward with the Celtics. Right. I don't know if it gets much worse than this.
Yeah.
2 points. Broke his leg. Out for the season. Game 1 of the game. It was a preseason trade too, so it's not like mid-season. It's like game 1 of the year of 82, right? And he breaks his fucking leg and he's out for the season. Not a good start.
Yeah.
Number 1, naturally, I have to put Lewis Hamilton with Ferrari, 1 point after so much hype, so much build-up. He goes out and scores 1 point. And spends the entire race just bitching, man.
It didn't take him long to fall back into old habits, did he? Like we mentioned about how he went from like a little, you know,
We thought he turned a corner.
thought he turned a corner, you know, then he uploads the photo and looks like the biggest gangster, but with not even at the end of one race, he's already back to his.
It was worse than I've ever heard from him
struggling
from
in
a
the
long time, I
wet.
reckon.
The car isn't handling well. I need help.
Mm.
We got to find out what his engineer's name is.
Yeah,
Poor
it's not
guy.
Bono.
Poor guy.
Yeah. Well,
There's a reason why
we'll learn
Bono
it.
didn't follow him over, right?
we'll learn it, and the next pod will be different.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Okay. Well done.
thank you.
That was pretty good. Yeah.
Thank
So we can. Move
I'm
off
waiting for you to
Hamilton
participate at some point in this
now.
top five.
You beat me to it, so you can have this one.
Stop waiting so long. You got to don't hold your nut for so long for us. Get it out there.
All right, Diamond. I've got Hulkenberg. So after shit talking the guy last week, he goes and scores more points in the opening race than Sauber did the entire last season.
Outstanding.
Hats off to the guy.
How many points is that? 4 or something?
Four. Well, last year they scored.
No.
Well, this round. I think he
This
got
round.
6.
6?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
So he'll end the season on 6.
Yeah,
Sauber will end the season on 6.
probably. Yeah.
I mean, good job.
Just give the guy his
Good job.
chocolates
Truly,
for this
truly
one.
good job.
Hats off. Yeah.
So I've got his teammate in Diamond, Gabriel Bortoletto.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the name.
Yep.
Bumped Kimi Antonelli out of Q2.
Yep.
So he made Q2. It's pretty good. Out-qualified Hulk. And I know you say quality doesn't matter for some stupid reason. But that is where the true pace is seen. So,
Yep.
Got a drive-through penalty, no fault of his own. The team, of course, fucked up his pit stop, released him into the path of that other Red Bull
Which
driver.
actually would have given him bonus points for that.
Should have,
Yep.
absolutely.
Yep.
Didn't serve his penalty because he crashed. So,
Oh,
hopefully, I don't know. But hopefully the penalty doesn't carry over. That'd suck for him.
that's a good point.
Yeah.
I wonder if that does. Yeah.
I feel like sometimes it does, depending on what you do. I feel like if it's like a driving infringement,
Yeah.
maybe.
that
But
follows
surely,
you over.
yeah, but surely something like this, not so much. But I guess we'll see.
Okay, master rank. Pains me to do this. Hurts me. Hurts my heart.
So I know what's coming.
I gotta put Oscar there. I gotta. I just have to. It's
No, I get it.
It's not his,
You're trying to.
it's a little bit his fault, but it's not really his fault.
It's not his fault at all.
Yeah, you're right. You're
It's
right.
not his fault at all.
Can we edit that out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then keep it in, Chris. He fucks up sometimes. It's all good.
Watch your mouth. Right?
Is that strike one? Am I on my way to a
that's
month off?
strike
I
one.
can't wait.
Yeah. Okay, so Oscar's got the best reversing skills on the grid. He showed that today, so that's
Mm.
something. We'll give him props for that.
Most drivers, Lewis, he would have just been, sorry,
Can't-
car off.
Can't find reverse.
Yeah.
Helmet off.
Yeah.
Walking back to the pits.
Yeah, I'm actually really impressed he got out to be like full and genuine.
Yeah,
It was not looking
he was
like-
deep in the grass,
Oh,
wasn't he?
mate. And
Yeah.
then as soon as they showed it and he was like trying to go forward straight away, you're like, oh, no,
Mhm.
it's done. Like
I thought it was over.
the heartbreak had already happened because he was
I was
off in the
still in
first
shock.
place. Yeah, but then it's like, oh, he's out. It's
Yeah.
And he came home and got 2 illustrious points.
Told to hold positions when it looked like he was going to pass Lando, which
Mhm.
what the fuck
Mhm.
is McLaren doing over there?
Mhm.
If I was Mark Webber, I'd be asking some serious questions. We need to get to the bottom of this. Why was that even said? Don't give me any back marker bullshit. Because that ain't going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. They're going to have back markers every race, every season. Back markers are a new thing. They get out of the way for a reason. Don't give me that. That's
It just it really that was the pivotal moment of the Grand Prix.
Yeah.
He was really catching him,
Mhm.
and I was at first just devastated that the backmarkers were giving Lando DRS. I was like, oh, that's not
Well,
ideal.
Yeah.
And then you hear the radio call because I think Brundle broke the news before the radio call came up. He was
Mhm.
like, oh, they've told him to hold station. I was like, no way.
Yeah.
And of course, the radio does come across, and yep, it's we think it's best, Oscar, if you hold position
And
to
he-
let the traffic through.
He complied. What is that?
Yeah, that was a bit. He done his duties last year. He's paid his
Yeah.
dues. He's earned.
This is round 1.
He's earned. He's
It's
earned the
anyone's
right
game.
to not have to deal with this bullshit,
No.
especially round one.
Well, they're paying him for that too.
Anyway,
Anyway, unlucky. He makes the same error as Lando, but somehow comes off much worse. And Lando makes it look like that was in the game plan. So
well, if you ask Max, it might have been in his gameplay. Max has won 2 Grand Prix in his career after doing a 360 on track.
so he thought he'd give it a whirl. Yeah.
How unreal is that?
Yeah.
How many he's probably the only driver with one of those,
Yeah.
and he's gone and done it twice.
Yeah.
To
Max
do
is a
it,
different beast, though, isn't he?
to do a 360, like probably like an 80% chance hitting the wall.
Yeah.
Not only did he not hit the wall,
Yeah.
but he didn't lose positions or didn't disrupt his rhythm. He goes off and wins it. Like, pretty nuts. So
I don't want to talk about.
I mean, Lando
Piastri
didn't do a
anymore.
360, but yeah.
It,
All right.
it's I'm getting
stop.
I'm getting angry
So
again.
stop. It's all right. Been here, done that. Master, I've got Yuki Tsunoda, and I really wish he put his Grand Prix together better so I could have him higher, because
Yep.
I might be turning into a bit of a Yuki fan, just purely based on like Lawson, like despise him, you know what I
Sure.
mean? Like
Okay,
naturally,
yep.
it's one creates the other.
Yeah. hand in hand.
Outstanding qualifying, of course, 6th or something like that. I don't quite remember. Maybe it might have been 5th. I don't know.
Mhm.
But he outqualifies Lawson. I would have loved for him to get points on the board just to get ahead of Lawson.
If
as
he
well.
wants that Red Bull seat, he's got to do better than that, though.
He put on a better show than Lawson.
But
Yeah, he came away with it. He finished the race. He
you're not
did
putting him in the seat for that.
I'm thinking about it. He just qualified that worst car way up the grid. We haven't seen footage of what he did. We've seen footage of Hamilton passing him. But Yuki's already on the grass. We don't actually know what happened. For whatever reason, they didn't show any kind of replay. So
Yeah.
whatever happened, I'm sure it was his own mistake. But yeah, he makes a mistake, but he finishes the race, which is a feat of its own, clearly.
Yep.
Yeah, that I guess that gives him a master.
Yep.
Because what else?
Okay.
I've got a pretty rough list here of
Yeah, it's not many.
non-finishes.
Not many of you drivers actually.
I think
saw
he
at the
might
end of the Grand
be-
Prix.
I think he's my first finisher. I mean,
Okay.
before him, I had Gabriel. He didn't finish. I had Hamilton. I had Hamilton.
Yeah, he finished it.
So-
So you're talking shit as usual.
All right.
Okay.
Onyx.
Onyx, I've got George Russell. So pops out of the shadows and takes a podium win. A podium, not a win, while nobody was watching.
I certainly wasn't watching him at all.
Oh, that's just a classic Russell move, isn't it? Like all sorts of chaos going on around him, and he's just
Yeah. Just mosey on through. Yeah. Just driving through the chaos.
collects a nifty third place there, and
I betcha he's the
That
type
annoys
of
me.
on that team. Say there's 800 people on that team. He's probably the one person who doesn't go to any extracurricular activities. Doesn't go to the Christmas party.
bare minimum George.
Yeah. He doesn't come to like the.
Kind of back that.
He doesn't come to the the weekly barbecues in
Yeah.
the morning. Like
Yeah.
he's just like, nah, I'm above that.
Yeah.
Hey, like I've got a job today. I've got a 9 to 5. I'll come in. I'll cash my paycheck in.
Yeah.
What's the minimum hours? I'll do it.
Yeah.
But I've got
It's like if you actually tried harder, you might actually win this shit.
you might actually be an interesting person.
Yeah.
Get some fans behind you. Anyway, listen, I've got Ollie Behrman in my Onyx. Yeah. So he finished the race.
Wow.
Which, as I said earlier, it's a pretty rare feat
Mhm.
for my crew.
Yep.
Of misfits, if you will. So he had 13 laps pre-race. We've already discussed. He didn't even get a chance to qualify the car because the team didn't replace the gearbox after he crashed it, which is an interesting decision to make. But hey, they did it. Finish the race. He
Not
did
a lot of
13 laps
positivity there.
pre-race, and then he did 57 laps
Yeah.
to complete the race. So
That's an achievement. Good on him.
yeah, and again,
tough,
you
tough
got to
start to the to his
yeah
campaign, but
6 rookies. He's the second highest place, and he's in the worst car on the grid. So
he might have been 7 minutes down the road, but that's fine. He got the finish.
hey, he was on the lead lap because
Alright.
there was a safety car 5 laps before.
Yeah.
Don't talk down upon my Ollie.
3 safety cars. Let's not forget
Yeah,
that.
yeah, but one safety car before the end.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? I'm bummed out because I just remembered he done the stupid thing where he got released and then he pitted. Not his choice,
Yeah.
but just stupid.
yeah.
The red light should have been on the end of the pit lane, I reckon.
Yeah.
But he gets released back out, almost kind of takes Max. Don't know how he didn't spin the car out of turn 1, and then has to go through. Just like mucked up the flow.
Yeah.
But
That was a
I'm as shocked as anyone that he's in 8th. But where else am I to put him?
yeah, fair point. Okay, elite rank. I've got Alex Albon.
Okay.
A Williams up there.
Mm.
How good.
Mm.
We said this last week. We want to see him up there.
Yeah, I mean, I
qualified
didn't
well.
expect him to be doing well, but I did say I'd prefer them do well than not do well, so correct.
Fended off a 7-time world champion in a Ferrari, most of the race, and secured a P5.
Well,
His
all the
highest-
race. Yeah.
Well, yeah. His highest race finish with the team and Williams' highest position since George Russell, 2021, I believe. So he's really stepped up there.
Amazing.
Bit of glory for Williams. I mean, it's a 5th, it's not a podium, but yeah. Are we in for a bit of Williams magic again this season? I hope so.
I wouldn't mind seeing them like the 6th constructor. They're not going to do much better than that. I mean,
Yeah.
who knows? We'll see. I got my elite. This might be a bit controversial, you see.
All right.
Lando Norris.
Better not take a drink.
No, Lando Norris. I actually want your takes. Believe it or not, right? Can't do this on my own. Lando Norris. So he converts from pole
Mm-hmm.
somehow. Got protected by the team when the heat was really on.
Yep.
And yeah,
Facts.
as we already said, he made the exact same mistake as Oscar.
But somehow
But
turns
recovered.
into magic.
Recovered, goes on to win. Yeah, not a perfect race. I can't give him the legend status.
He didn't. You're right. He didn't win. He didn't race a perfect race. It
No.
wasn't like all went according to plan. He got lucky,
Yeah.
and the team protected him. So
Yeah. I mean, he got driver of the day. There was only 20% of the votes, which means the votes were very spread.
Oh, he got driver of the day, as well.
But again, he converts from pole.
Yeah.
You meant to convert
Which
from pole.
he's had
He's not good
performance
at that.
issues there
Yeah.
in the past. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, legend ranked, the final rank. Surprise, surprise, Max Verstappen continues to show his racing caliber and experience in the rain. Looked like he might even win for a second there. Probably does if he actually pits after he sees the McLaren spinning off track, after he just sees the road part ways.
Only happens to Max, that sort of stuff.
But, stays out for another lap and probably costs him.
was written for him like it was 2021.
Oh, no, I actually wanted. Yeah. But I think this says something. This says more where his mind is at. Post race interview, he says he finished with 18 points more than he did last year. Goes to show that in his mind, it wasn't an L, it was a W. He's still thinking the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's pretty baller thing to say.
It is.
I mean, he won last year's championship by 60 plus points and started with a donut. This year he's only 7 points behind the leader. And
Net 18 than where he was. So
yeah,
yep.
So very positive outlook. I don't want him to win the championship.
Who you got in your legend?
Well, if you do the maths, most people have probably worked out by now, it is Kimi Antonelli. Got a great name. Just
Give me a
missed
good name.
Just missed Q2 by 5,000ths of a second with the damaged car.
Yep.
Which is good. I thought when he dropped out of Q2, I was like, yeah. But then it's like, oh, his car was damaged. So, but he put on a great show today.
Yep.
Finished P4 on track, dropped to P5 after the penalty. And luckily, Toto Wolff sent an email, you'd have to presume, to the FIA and been like, no, this is so not right. You need to look at this. This has been manipulated.
An email. Check
So-
your email, Michael.
They post-race reverse the position, and he earns that P4 that he made on track. I'd like to see the footage. They didn't like show any footage of him actually passing Albon, but you gotta assume Williams had told him, hey, don't worry about it. His carbine's got a penalty. Just let him go. Just get to the end.
Keep it clean.
It's all good. He's got a five. And then if that's the case, it cost him a spot because the FIA made a ruling and then changed their mind.
It's funny too, because if you're asked for that footage, they're probably like, footage not found.
Yeah.
It was actually corrupt.
Too much space on the memory card.
Yeah.
So he finished with P4, drove great in the conditions that were proved too hard for Carlos Sainz, Lando Norris, Oscar Piastri, Fernando Alonso, and others.
The kid did good, didn't he?
Did bloody good.
I mean, that was that's probably, talk about trial by fire. That's probably one of the toughest
Yep.
races to have as your first F1. Welcome to F1 Melbourne, which is already a pretty technical and fast track. And by the way, it's going to be slippery and wet. Good luck. So
Well, that's why they pretty much can the F3 race. Is like, we got a bunch of 16, 17-year-old fresh-faced boys here.
Yeah.
Let's not do this.
All right, good job. Thought we
Solid.
yeah,
Solid run through. Chris might do up a little. We'll see.
Let's move on to the achievements.
Yep. Move of world champion, that one.
So this is where we hand out the most coveted silverware in motor racing, and we award trophies from the weekend
to worthy receivers.
Who you got for your first trophy? Let me have it.
So I have the baiting trophy, given for intentionally luring enemies into a trap or ambush.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yep. That goes to Lando Norris.
Thought so.
I thought so.
Thought so.
Wow. Okay. This is the only explanation for future world champion Oscar Piastri going off at the same corner he did. Don't know what he did. Don't know what Lando did.
Dropped a
but
banana peel, I think.
yeah. What else explains that happening? I mean, last year we saw Alonso get a penalty. So I still don't understand why, for being ahead of George when George crashed.
Oh, that's right. That was,
I don't know
yeah,
what
that was in Melbourne
I've seen
too,
that
wasn't
footage
it?
since. And I actually don't understand how you give him a penalty for that. But I really
Poto
think
sent an email.
you're right.
Yeah.
I think Zach Brown needs to send an email
Yeah.
and dob in Lando because that's the only explanation for Oscar making such a mistake.
Would you call Lando Norris a master baiter?
Did you just come up with that? That's fantastic. It's like you. That's fantastic. He's a bit. He's. You know what I'll call him?
Yeah.
A wanker.
Ooh, you heard it here first on Box
Yeah,
Bucket.
yeah. You can call him a master baiter if you want.
Okay, so my first trophy is the Noob trophy, which is earned by making a rookie mistake in a game. And that goes to Hadjar, Doohan, Bortoletto, and Lawson. Turns out, rookies plus rain equals fun.
Yeah, fun for us.
I enjoyed it. I'm glad that they were there.
It's actually a damn shame. I'm sure Kimi Antonelli's bummed out to not be a part of your list there. Misses
don't
out on
think
a
so.
trophy.
Yeah, well, it looks like...
What Behrman misses out too.
Yeah, and Bam. It looks like, well, I think that kid's going to get a lot of silverware, Antonelli. So I don't
Behrman?
think he...
Oh,
No,
I was going to say,
so
wow.
I think he's happy to not get the Noob trophy.
Yeah. I'll make sure we'll try and get him on the list at some point this year.
So you got number 2.
Comms trophy unlocked by excellent communication with teammates.
Okay.
Goes to Charles Leclerc and Ferrari.
Yep.
Two up. For Charles asking if there is a leakage because under his seat is wet.
No one likes a wet seat.
Ferrari reply, is it water? Charles exclaims, add that to your words of wisdom.
Just roasts his engineer. I love it.
Charles, is the wetness potentially from the rain from the in your open cockpit?
Why is this water wet? Can they not make
That was
the water
that's
dry?
funny moment of the Grand Prix. Like, what was Charles?
How
Did
could
not
it,
your first like be like? "Oh, my
he's pretty
bum's wet."
witty for a dude who's driving a Formula 1 car at 300 kilometers an hour.
But to ask it in the first place,
To ask it in the first place is a bit dumb. But
Yeah. is he's the one out there? Does he
Maybe-
need to them to tell him it's raining?
maybe he was baiting as well.
Maybe he's a master bait.
Maybe the Ferrari was so boring and dull to drive. He had all the free time to be
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
maybe we just flame these
Yeah.
guys a little bit over the radio.
Brother's got jokes.
Okay, my second trophy is the Get Good trophy, awarded after improving significantly at a challenging game. Oliver Behrman for having a dreadful few practice sessions, failing to qualify, but managed to still survive the race to finish in 14th. Get good, kid.
Very good.
He earned it. I didn't do nothing. He did all the work.
Yeah. I mean, he put himself on the back foot by crashing
Yeah.
again before he could tell the team, good job on the repairs.
Yeah.
Just for them to not realize they did not do a good job on the repairs.
Apparently
And,
you need
missed
a
out
gearbox to race.
Missed out on qualifying, which hinders your ability to race from a competitive position.
Thanks, Will Buxton.
I almost guarantee he would have been starting from last regardless. So there's that. All right. My third and final trophy, the MVP trophy given to the most valuable player in a match.
Who you got?
This goes to Karun Chandok
Oh, Karoon.
of the great
MVP.
of the great coverage team,
Yeah.
the commentary team, trackside team, all that. For the best take, saying F1 needs physical track limits like the gravel they've implemented at turn 6 to compel drivers to stay on track.
Karoon. Has he stolen our take?
He's listened
We've
to the
been
pod.
saying this for years.
Happy to have him on board
So he's
as a listener.
he's one of the 120.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah. Jeez, we have that many. That's unbelievable.
Well, I'm glad that he's at least taking our take
Yeah.
from our small little community
Mm.
and then taking it
Yeah.
to the F1.
It's a change
and
I truly want to see happen. So he is okay. I don't mind him taking that, but
he can stay in the commentary.
he's absolutely hit the nail on the head with that one. They need to not allow racing to be dictated from a bunch of people sitting in a box, looking at a camera
Mm.
that's set up bang on a white line to make
What's
sure
the
there's
track
one.
limit?
It's absolutely ridiculous, man. Just
Yeah.
the track limit is where there's a concrete barrier or
Mm.
a bloody gravel trap or some grass, if you will,
Yep.
or a sausage curb. Like put on a big old curb that will break your Formula One car and see how much. I mean, we saw it was great, right?
Yeah. They're going to
gravel's
yield a little
great.
bit more coming into a
Yeah,
corner.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a non-stop conversation we're going to keep having, no doubt. But
That also kind of goes into the whole thing of like, how good is Melbourne?
is it not one of the best races every single year?
Easy.
No, I can't think. There's the turn 9, 10, like fast S chicane. There's a bit of runoff there
Brilliant.
for whatever reason.
Yep.
But like, that's it.
Yeah.
That's the only bit of,
Yeah.
besides escape roads,
Mhm.
which is all necessary. And that's not like you get away with it. That's you're fucked anyway if you're going down there.
You're punished. Yeah.
Yeah, like, yeah, the ability to cut turn 10 if you get turn 9 wrong, that's the only get out of jail free card you get on the entire track. And that is banging.
I'm glad that Melbourne is
Yeah.
hanging around.
Absolutely.
Okay, my last trophy is the Nerfed trophy. Awarded when a once powerful ability or item is weakened. Now, technically, this goes to Oscar Piastri, but I would actually kind of say it's more like the papaya rule.
Mm.
So, what are you supposed to do when you're asked to hold position? Why do we have the papaya rule in place at all if you're just going to nerf the dude as soon as he puts any pressure on Lando?
I'm more upset you're still talking about this.
We can't let this go. We cannot let McLaren get away from this. Get
They
away
can't.
with
They,
this.
they
sorry.
can't ask him. They shouldn't ask him. They can't ask him, and he shouldn't listen. He needs to invoke a bit of Sebastian Vettel, who's just the best at not listening.
Yeah.
And if McLaren want to try a bit of multi 481 in the future,
Mhm.
he needs to say, "Nah, fuck that, fuck that noise,"
Yeah.
and I'm taking what is rightfully mine.
He was all
because
over him. Like he caught back up to him, and he was all over him.
After he passed Max fair and square, he was
Mm.
2.5 seconds behind Lando. He
Mm.
catches that up with pace, not like safety car, not
Yeah.
like traffic at that point. Like pace. He had the pace. He catches him, gets it in DRS, does all the things, and it's just like terrible timing because then all of a sudden Lando's getting DRS from
Back markers. Yep.
the stupid Haas's,
Yeah.
it's just ruining everything. And then it gets to the point where the team call him off,
Yeah.
and then he drops back a bit, and he makes a mistake, putting a wheel in the gravel, and then it never really sort of come back from there. It's
Makes me sick thinking about it.
gutting.
I hope Mark Webber's all over this.
Oh, I'm sure it will be. He was one half the multi 21. Let's not forget.
Look, if anything, he's going to bounce back. We know he's going to bounce back. Problem is, like, if he gets, let's say, he gets a win in Shanghai, Lando's probably going to come second or third. He's still in a hole, so he's got a bit of work to do to try and pull back this already 20-odd point deficit. So, yeah,
23 point deficit.
it's we're going to move on. I
I just can't believe you brought it up again. It's unbelievable.
PVE.
You achieved it. You gave out a trophy for such
Did
a
you not see how
negative
angry I
thing.
was before?
I did. I was a little bit scared.
Okay,
You scared me, man.
PVE.
Okay, he pushed me off the track. You have to leave a space. All the time you have to leave a space.
So what we do here, we ask ChatGPT to ask us questions about the Formula One.
Oh, no, lovely. Mind you, if there's any listeners out there that want to try their hand in asking us a fantastic question,
We'll get you on. We'll get you on the pod.
Yep.
And then we
We'll,
can change this segment to PvP. That'd be nice
stuff.
stuff. Yeah.
So, drop a comment
Yep.
in the vid or
Yep.
DM, whatever the case, and we'll...
Slide in the DMs.
Any question.
So
Size, length, girth, doesn't matter.
you'll answer them all.
Yeah.
Wait,
Whatever you
Horner,
got.
Horner style or no?
Whatever whatever our listener, our one and only,
You'll do
whatever
it.
they
I'm
decide
holding
to...
you to that. All right.
Yeah.
First
Chris will make sure it's okay. That's all that matters.
Oh,
He'll
yeah.
verify.
He'll
the
filter
size.
it. Well, I ain't gonna do it, so I'm glad he is here. That's why we got him here.
Yeah.
Okay. Question 1. With the rise of young talent in F1, which emerging driver do you think will have the biggest impact in the next few seasons?
Kimi Antonelli.
It's got to be right. It's kind
Best car, best rookie, best start so far, best car.
Yep.
Best
no-brainer.
position to do things in the
I
future.
mean, again, tough race to have your debut at, and he
Excelled.
came out shining.
Good
So,
name too.
Good name. So lots of F1 history, championship history attached to that name. So, question 2: is Timmy auditioning for Alpine with his buzz cut?
I already told you I'd keep this under wraps. All right.
You got something to tell me?
No,
Do you think you can do
Secret
better than
stuff.
doing now?
not doing. Me and doing a form in the forming the Aussie Dream Team.
You're one of the 4th drivers in the backlog there, waiting to go.
You got to keep it secret. All 4 reserve drivers were all buzz cuts.
Yeah, and
We're all ready to enlist for when they don't put us in the car.
and you're gonna float the whole Renault thing as well, like that. If I'm gonna race, for
Oh,
you,
I'm not racing for Alpine. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that much. If you want me, you got to go yellow.
yeah. All right. Question 3: how can McLaren? Wow, ChatGPT. Wow, knows what it's talking about. How can McLaren ask Oscar Piastri to hold position on the first race of the season? How?
I don't want to do this anymore.
Do you want me to answer it?
No, I don't want to talk about this rubbish.
They can't.
They
They
can't.
can't.
They can't. They've got their own rules.
Fire rules my ass.
Oh,
Yeah.
It makes me like Zach Brown. Like seriously, man.
Oscar,
What-
mate, we are behind you. You had a golden opportunity to do what no Aussie driver could ever do. Do not comply to their bullshit. If they ask you to hold position, unplug the radio. I didn't hear that
Just
shit.
tell him. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that to Mark?
Yeah.
Can you let Mark know what your plan is?
Get
here?
Mark on the radio.
Yeah.
Relay that. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move away from that. That's bullshit. Sunday sesh. I believe you got something for me.
Ooh, my favorite.
I am stupid. I am stupid. I switch off everything.
What do you got? What are we doing?
So what we're going to do every Sunday, I'm going to get some on this day statistics of drivers' birthdays, whatever the case may be, and I'm going to give you a question or whatever. See if you can answer it correctly.
Okay. Sounds good.
If you answer correctly, you're listed as a diehard true Formula One fan.
Okay. Yeah.
If you get it wrong, you're listed as a Drive to Survive diehard. There'll be a column and a graph and a tally.
Bandwagoner.
We'll keep
DDS bandwagoner.
we'll
Yeah.
keep tabs. And naturally, if you get it wrong, our viewers get it right, just naturally.
Sure.
And if you get it right, our viewers get it wrong. Sorry. So, but I think they're in safe hands with being true Formula One fans here, because I don't think you have the skill set required to call yourself a true Formula One fan. But
An
we'll get into it.
F1 purist. Okay.
Yeah, we'll get into it. So on this day, the 2008 and the 2014 Melbourne Grand Prix was run and won.
Okay.
Can you name the drivers who won these Grand Prix? 2 separate drivers. Now I've got some hints lined up here if you struggle.
Okay. Yeah.
And the more hints we get, the more loserish you get.
Why are these 2 races? Because they're all teammates?
This is the only. This
They
is the only. This is the only 2 that were on this day.
Yeah. Okay.
The way-
okay. Fair enough.
The
yeah.
way things are cycled.
Okay. All right. So, 08 and 2014.
Yep.
Okay. My natural instinct does go straight to Hamilton.
Yeah, that time slot, the second one, the 2014 especially.
Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. You keep thinking out loud. I'm supporting your theory. It's not bad.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean 2014. Okay, I'll lock in Hamilton.
2014 is the first year of the new regs at the time as well. So what do you look at Hamilton into for which year?
New reg, so that would actually, because his teammate was Rosberg. And Rosberg was technically the number one driver back then. What was his first season? You know, he was 12 years, so Hamilton was already with the team for a couple of years, wasn't he? So okay, I'll lock in Hamilton
for
2014. And can I say Hamilton for both?
Hey, if you want, there's no reason you can.
You said two drivers, yeah?
Well, yeah, I mean, so I guess you cannot. Well, you're running out of time, so I'm going to give you the first hint.
Yep.
The two drivers have previously been teammates.
Oh, they have? Yep.
But they were not teammates in 2008.
Okay, so if I'm looking at Hamilton, his teammates were Alonso, Rosberg, and Bottas. Ooh, Bottas for a cheeky. No, he wasn't there in 2014. Okay, so I'll lock in then. I'll lock in Hamilton and I'll lock in Rosberg.
Which is which?
Oh, now you got me. Okay, I'll lock in Hamilton 1 first. Rosberg 1 second.
14?
Yep.
Bummer, dude. You got it right.
Did I?
Yeah. Well, that's only part one. There's 2 questions. Did I tell you that much?
Okay.
So you got one tally in the Die Hard department, which is just absurd. All right. Happy birthday to this German...
Your hint helped.
Well, that's what they're there for.
Yeah.
I'm trying to steer you in the right direction.
Yeah.
But, you know, I can't hold your hand. Can't hold your hand forever.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to this German retired racing driver. He's 82 today. He is famous for wearing a hat.
Nicky Lauda.
No. I said German.
Yeah.
Pay attention. His F1 start in 1977 was not legal as he failed to qualify, but entered the track illegally and unknowingly after the race start. Apparently, with the help of German marshals classed as old friends, he failed to finish this race.
Right.
Who am I? So, because there's no goddamn chance in hell you're getting this right. Okay. I'm going to give you 3 options here.
Yep.
So I'm going to really give you a leg up, right?
Yep.
So these are your 3. Are you ready? All 3 of them, mind you, are actual 70s German Formula 1 drivers.
Okay.
Probably doesn't
Germans
help.
dominated back then, huh? They held the grid.
Well, I'm only listing 3.
Yeah.
Hans Heyer.
That is a German name.
Jochen Rindt. Probably
That's a German name, yeah.
and Rolf Stomlin.
Alright. Yeah, you're right. I haven't heard of any of these dudes. So,
Well, I can guarantee you've heard of Jochen Rindt.
I don't know.
You've told me about Jochen Rindt.
Okay, maybe you're saying it like like an idiot.
For a potential
a little upcoming
something we might
project.
have
Yeah.
coming up.
Okay.
But regardless, you've heard of him. I can guarantee you of that.
Okay. So should should I lock him in then? All right.
No, I'm not. You're locking him in?
I'll lock in Johan then.
Okay.
Johan?
Jochen Rindt is
Yep.
incorrect. Don't blame me for steering in the wrong direction. It is actually Hans Heyer.
Oh, Hans.
One and only F1 start.
The hat guy.
And it was
Of
actually
F1.
not legal. Yeah. His famous for wearing a hat is I did not write it down because I knew there was no chance I was pronouncing it. It was like a very specific... No.
Yeah. Okay, so hang on. Did I get 1 point or do I get 2 points?
Yeah, 1 point each, so you're actually nothing right now. You're not a DTS diehard, and you're also not a diehard Formula 1 fan.
I'll take that. Yeah.
Which also means our fans are a bit of both, which is probably also accurate.
Okay, that's it. Melbourne
Awesome.
GP, done.
On to
Well,
China.
that's it.
China next?
Yeah, Shanghai.
China.
Yep.
I'm so keen for that.
All right, get the fuck out of my house.
I can't wait. Couldn't come soon enough.
I'm going to go play some Indiana Jones.
No, I'm going to mosey on home. See you next week.
GGs. Bye.
What the fuck are we doing here? What a stupid action. I'm going home.